coming off our first win of the second season. Our defense has become the first part of our team to actually have an overall higher than a 70, marked at 71. On top of that, more changes have been made to the starting rotation on the defensive line. We'll talk more about that as we get into this game against the New England Patriots, as we welcome you in to yet another installment of the Washington Commanders Replacement Squad series. A lot of changes happened last episode. If you didn't see it, go watch it. Brought in some new players, moved a lot of guys around, got a lot more looks at players who were already on the roster but just hadn't gotten any time out on the field. And we got our first win. We then went through a bye week. We've put a couple defensive linemen on the trade block just to see if anyone was interested in them. No trade offers have come in. We'll see if that changes week 8 before the trade deadline. But that's future talk. It's time to jump on into this New England Patriots game and attempt our second win against a fairly good offense with a about middle of the line defense. And it's gonna be a wet one here today, as it is coming down, raining heavy in this one, as Stoner gonna get the actual return this time. He's one of the new returning guys. Dylan is the main one, but occasionally we'll see Stoner out there. And in college, he actually was a punt returner. That I know for sure, so makes sense as we open up offensive play here with a run down the middle. Borgie gonna get stood up, but still about a gain of 3. And I do expect us still to see a nice rotation at that running back spot for at least pretty much every game, because we try to find the counter, doesn't go anywhere. So 3rd and 7, we'll stick with the pistol. Cone's still out there, but we're going to bring out 4 receivers, 2 either side. Hard count, no one moves. Be the first pass play here, going to have to roll out with Cone. We have our tight end. No, that wasn't even our tight end, that was Stoner, because I just said it was all receivers. Unfortunately, pass was off. We'll have to punt. So already a little bit of the rain coming in as a factor. But as I mentioned about the defensive line adjustments, Hinton, the young DT with the best block shedding on the team, just lack of awareness. He'll be getting the start alongside Cowart. And they will also be out there whenever we go to nickel. Cowart has had the best stats of any of our DTs this season, so we're going to give him the go, as we just had too many guys in the middle to cover. They will find number 14 here for the first down. That was actually Michael Thomas, so they've added some guys here. And Jones is a superstar dev, so that's definitely not accurate to real life, as they go with a quick pass to the outside, and we'll actually lose a yard on the play. I would like to see Shaka Toney have a big game today. He's kind of been missing from a few of these games to start the season. We'll see if he catches a flow as the season moves along. Get a few more double sack games as he whiffs on one here. He'll at least force the throw away. And on 3rd and 11, they come out empty set, but it's all running backs and tight ends for the most part. I think they maybe have 2 receivers out there. So it's an interesting look here. They're going to find a drag route to one of those tight ends. Who gets the first? Just a little bit too slow to collapse on that. Coverage kind of got a little lazy. We'll see if the change to the defensive tackles actually helps. Wow, why can I not say helps? Actually helps us in the run game. But 2 really good runs to start the day by Stevenson. And also at the left end spot, or right end spot, Zuniga is getting the start over Kingsley Kiki. Kiki has not recorded a single tackle for a loss or sack this season. So there just comes a point where you have to make a change, and we're at that point. Tight shotgun look here on 2nd and 9. Shaka Toney not able to get back there. Another quick pass. Well, at least half the yardage needed on 3rd. And they'll come out spread with trips to the right. Their tight end at the line to left, but Shaka Toney clean off the edge, but they get it out in time. And that'll be a touchdown to the running back on a little bit of an angle route. Harris gives them the lead. Well, game started pretty similar to how last week started. See if we can actually score a touchdown on this drive to make it even more similar to last week. Another short gain here on 1st down, though. And on 2nd and 8, let's run a little bit of some triple option here. We haven't really ran it much this year. Hand it off to Bodden down the middle. Nice gain, 3 yards. And on 3rd and 5, let's spread out a little bit here. Open up the middle. Keep only 6 guys in the box. That'll help us out a little bit as we don't get a great block. But Borgie finds some space, tries to get to the outside. If we just had a little bit of a longer block there, we might have still been running. But a great run on 3rd down there by Borgie and pretty good blocking up front. And on 1st and 10 here, same formation, just flipping sides here. See if we can maybe get Campbell down the seam. We're also going to have Manny Fox on a corner who gets a nice break to the outside. Ball drops in beautifully as we're just outside the red zone. We talked a little bit at the end of last episode about how we might not see as many of those deep shots to Campbell or Manny Fox, but I want to make sure we at least get a couple a game as we get down the middle here. 3 yards on Turbin's first run. And on 2nd and 7, we'll stick with the same formation here. Maybe slide over Bodden a little bit. Help get him to the outside a little bit quicker as we go with more of a power run. And I don't know exactly what happened in the middle there, but Bentley came through pretty clean. And on 3rd and 4, they don't have a lot of guys in the middle. So let's go with an RPO here. Maybe we'll swing it out or maybe we hand it off. I did not mean to actually throw that. Luckily, it's not a pick 6. But similarly to last week when we went for it often, we're going to look to do that here. 4th and 4 down to the 15. We're going to move Oliver in motion. Fake the handoff. Anyone going to get open? How about Tim Jones to the back corner? No! Doesn't get the feet down in bounds. And did I say Tim Jones? If so, that's a shout out to, I guess, season 1 of this series as Justin Ross, actually. As Shakatoni clean off the edge will lay a hit in there on Mac Jones as the ball bounces off the tight end's face a couple times. Luckily for them, it hits the turf. We'll bring up 2nd and 10. Would have liked to get a pick off of that, but it is what it is. As they go with another pass play. Good blocking up front. All the time needed. They will find their tight end Smith across the middle. I believe Jonnu Smith. And we'll bring up a 3rd and 1. We're going to full on sell out for the run down the middle here. As they go with actually a run more to the left-hand side. Harris has some space. Luckily, J.R. Reed comes over to get the stop. But it is still a 1st down for the Patriots, keeping their drive alive here. So they're going to try to bring the corner blitz, but they go the handoff and no one's there. It's Johnson trying to get back there, but I don't think anyone's going to catch Harris. His 2nd touchdown of the day. This one a 70-yard rush. Well, now down 14 points. It's about at this time in previous games that we've started to focus more on the pass and have left the run game. We need to remember that we run better than we pass. That being said, we still need to pass the ball a little bit. We're going to start with it on this play. And why did Bodden stop running his route? If he continues, he had the linebacker beat. Could have been an easy 1st down, but instead he cut the route. And obviously we didn't get the catch. How about Fox to the outside? Huntley put it in a nice spot, but yet again, we're just not getting that last foot in bounds. We'll have to punt. And after a block in the back on the punt, they'll be starting at the 28, which is about where they just scored their previous touchdown from. As they go the swing, not a swing pass, but a quick out route will be a catch for Thomas, gain of 4. And on 2nd and 6, they come out with a power run formation. Stevenson will break a tackle to the outside, break yet another tackle, and we'll get close to the 1st, a gain of 5 on a play that should have been a 1, maybe 2-yard loss. And pretty much that ball is already past the line to gain as they do go with a pass here and will find the open. Is that Aguilar for the 1st? Up to midfield? It's actually not Aguilar. It's former, before the cancel basically, former Commanders receiver in Terry McLaurin. As the screen pass gets set up, Harris looks like he's going for his 3rd touchdown of the day. Flag, I'm pretty sure, is for a late hit on the quarterback. Well, this game really could not have started any worse for the Commanders. Coming off their 1st win, they're going to need to see a lot to even try to get back into it. But a sack here on 1st down looks like a corner or a safety blitz. Be a loss of 9, setting up 2nd and 19. Try to find a little bit of some play action pass here. And that, again, not where intended to throw. It's going to be a pick. Peppers at the 22, 21. Should be a quick score if we know anything, and it's going to be to Harris. Just not a good game to start off with as they go with a run here. Harris does get the run and gets a lot more out of it again than they should have. The lack of tackling ability on this team is shining through right now. 2nd and 5, I'm going to motion over the receiver. Make it a stacked look to that left-hand side. Ashakatoni clean off the edge. Lays in another hit on Mac Jones, but does not get a sack, doesn't force a bad throw, and another first down gain. Inside the 10 here, they come out with Stevenson. I formation. Will be a run to the left-hand side. He had open lane, but his own offensive lineman held him up. Appreciate it. So I would say right now the changes made on the defensive line still not helping out. Cashman, though, finally does get a tackle for a loss. And that does send us inside the 2-minute warning. 3rd and goal here. Can the defense get one more play to at least keep them out of the end zone? That would be no. But at least it wasn't to Harris. Someone knew. Well, if we're to get anything going in this game, this drive has to end with a touchdown, as we do have Stoner breaking open, but he can't hold on to it as the safety comes back. And obviously we want to be able to run the ball, but down 28 points. That makes it pretty difficult, as we do have Campbell open, lofted towards the outside, and he at least breaks that interception up. Gotta try to find some positivities somewhere. So go a little bit of some play action here. Maybe look for Ross on a deep out route, although they cover that pretty well. Gonna have to roll out with Huntley. He does have receiver breaking open, but a underthrown ball. Great play there from Manny Fox to adjust. Actually gives us a first down past midfield. He was open, headed for the end zone, but just didn't have the arm strength behind that pass. As we're going to roll out here, once again, we have him deep, but underthrown for the 2nd straight time. This time we don't make the play. They do, and it's another interception. And honestly, that's more of a throw that we would expect from Cone, because Cone only has, I think, 83 throw power, but Huntley has, I believe, 90, so he should be able to make that deep throw, but he just can't do it. And now it gives the opportunity for the Patriots to tack on more points before half, in which I believe they also get the ball after half. Nice job there from Cashman. At least jumps up, forces a bad throw. So if we're going to get back in this game, we need an offensive touchdown and a defensive touchdown pretty much before half. Shakatoni not going to get back there, but he's laying a lot of hits in on Mac Jones, but the pressure isn't getting to Jones at all. He just keeps delivering really good passes. 1st and 10 now with an empty look, under 30 seconds left here in the first half. Can we at least find something? Shakatoni will finally get the sack this time, and that may be the last play of the first. And indeed it is, so we'll head on into halftime, where we're going to need to see some massive improvements, because this just has not been good. As we take a look at the board, we can see already in the first half we've given up 150 passing yards, over 100 rushing yards, have had 2 turnovers, and just nothing is working for us. Coming off of one of our best games, it's really disappointing. But as we look around the league, Giants taking on the Eagles are up 21-10 about a minute before halftime. As we move on over to the second game, just a little bit south of there, Baltimore Ravens with the Bengals. Close matchup, 14-13. Ravens undefeated on the season. Bengals sitting at 500. And the last studio update we have all the way down south in Texas. Houston Texans taking on the Saints, 14-7 in a battle of 2 really not good teams. 2 teams sitting around our own record. So as we kick off the second half here, we'll see if any adjustments were made and if anyone on this defense can make the plays needed as they get up to about the 35 on the kick return. I'll say this does not look like a team that just moved up to a 71 overall for the defense, I should say. As they come out with a strong eye, or not even stronger, just an I formation, and we can't even get the tackle for a loss. Just tackle at the line of scrimmage when we had a guy in the backfield. We saw Cone there at the sideline trying to get his offense ready for as soon as they get the ball back. But what's that going to look like? You know, is Shakatoni going to get his second sack? That would be a no. But are we going to be able to get a stop here on defense? That's been something we haven't really been able to do a lot today, as they're going to make an audible here, changing the formation entirely. Now a bunch to the right-hand side, as one of the corners we need to cover is on the opposite side of where he's supposed to be. And the guy who comes all the way across, McLaurin, was the guy he should have been covering. We'll give him a first down. So just some silly mistakes today. And it's not by the guys who were switched out. The guys that were switched out necessarily aren't playing any better or worse than who they replaced. Don't know if that's a good thing or not, as that pass is overthrown. But we just need to clean things up a little bit. Just run things how they're supposed to be ran. It's pretty simple. As long as you can do the simple things right, you should be good. A bunch to the right-hand side here. Once again, Shakatoni off the edge. And our safety just completely whiffed on coverage. And Harris is in for his 4th touchdown. Well, if we're to get anything going here, we need 5 touchdowns in about a span of 2 minutes. Maybe a little bit more than 2 minutes, but there is definitely a sense of urgency for sure. Now, is anyone going to be able to make the plays? We've been starting Baca. He's had about 1.5 games as a starter out there, and he just hasn't been able to get anything going, as we can't even get a pass here to Borghi on a check down. So on 3rd and 7, Hales checks in to give Borghi a little bit of a breath. And let's see if we could get a first down here, as we're going to have Stoner leaking across and can't even hold on to that one. Just this team in its entirety has seemingly collapsed in this game. A little rain, and we just haven't been able to get anything going. Pass to the outside here, Huntley overthrows it, and it's a turnover on downs. And it's not like we really even have anyone else to bring out here to see if they can make a play. We've played just about everyone on roster. Perhaps it's time for about a mid-season draft, as almost a sack there. I believe that was Amadi coming off the corner blitz. I will say Amadi, he's played pretty well this season. Shakatoni's had some good games. He's also been kind of absent from some, but teams now know who he is after such a strong season last year. And we've seen some decent play from Oren Burks at linebacker and a couple plays from Cashman, but altogether, just not seeing a whole lot from any particular player. No one is making a standout role for themselves. And when that happened last year, we started making a lot of changes, and it worked for us. The second half of the season, we really came out strong and put together a pretty solid performance. So maybe we'll see some more of that this season as we move on through. Good play there from Cashman. And on 2nd and goal, Stevenson's still out there at running back. So I don't believe we're going to give up a touchdown yet, because Harris isn't in, as Cashman almost in for another sack. And we almost actually do give up the touchdown, but interesting hesitation from Smith keeps him out. But now Harris is out there. So we all know what that means. Going for his, 5th touchdown? 5th touchdown of the day? That pass comes out awkwardly from Mac Jones, and they are going for it on 4th and goal, despite being up 35 points. Just disrespectful. Nice play there by a guy who really hasn't seen the field very often. Don't know how to pronounce the name right now, so I'm not even going to try to, but great play, bud. And I feel like that is the first drive that was not a touchdown. I might be wrong on that, but at least that's what that feels like, as Turbin gets a nice run here on 1st down, gain of 7, gives us a little bit of space as we try to go to a hurry-up play-action pass here. See if we can find someone downfield. Everyone is pretty much covered. Cone going to have to roll out, evade the pass rush, and will get the first down up to the 14. Now, I'd just like to get at least one touchdown in this game. As we said, about 3 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Going to have to roll out once again. Our receivers are falling down, but Huntley has plenty of room here. Will be a nice run if he could hold on to it. Yes, he does, up to about the 40. As we'll come out here with an empty look, trying to get Stoner on the receiver screen. We do have some lead blocks, which should help us out, but he's running strangely in the run. Will just be a gain of 6, but hey, that's better than what we've seen on some of our plays today. We'll go hurry up, right back to it. Maybe we could get a guy deep, but that pass underthrown and intercepted. Intended for Manny Fox. And that's what I was talking about earlier. I expect an underthrow from a guy like Cone, who doesn't have a great arm. But Huntley, if he was in, should have been able to put that one on the money. But just the weather or our overall has gotten to us today. Not the performance we were looking for coming off of such a strong game last episode. Humbling experience, I guess you could say, as no one's open until I say no one's open, and then Terry McLaurin finds a nice gain down the sideline. And I'm sure Shaka Toney wishes there was someone else on this team who could help produce some pass rush, because he's getting double teamed, making it very difficult, but makes a great play there on the run defense. Will be a loss of 2. And he definitely is not great in run defense, at least rating-wise, but he looked good there. See if he could continue doing that, or if he could get by the edge here. No, but a good play there by Owen Burks, at least in tight coverage. Just trying to highlight whatever good there is out there. Another spread look here, trips to the right-hand side. As they send some guys deep, it looks like some deep mid routes, as there's going to be a sack. Dillard finally gets back there. Someone else showing up at least a little bit more often than what we see from Shaka. And with this being about a 60-yard field goal attempt, we have Dylan back there. Maybe he could return this if it comes up short, but it doesn't. Instead, they widen their lead 38-0. And for the first time since being signed a couple episodes ago, Matt Ryan comes out at quarterback. The other two clearly don't have what it takes to put any sort of ball on the money, as Justin Ross, heck of a grab. He's done that a couple times since signing him last episode. Had 2 key 4th down conversions for us. Nice grab there. This time not a 4th down, but we'll take it as that pass luckily comes out inaccurately. However, after just 1 hit, Matt Ryan got up a little slow. So we'll let him catch his breath here as we hand this one off. Borgie, only a gain of 1. And on 3rd and 9, now they're just sending everyone out into coverage, just baiting us to throw the ball here. Or we'll most likely throw another interception as, again, underthrown. We just can't throw the ball deep, but a heck of a grab by Alton Campbell in about quadruple coverage. He somehow finds a way to hold on to that. And then right after, promptly leaves the field. So hopefully he's all good. As we try to find some more space downfield here, nothing opens up, and Matt Ryan fumbles, and our offensive lineman ran away from the ball. Apparently, we don't know how to play in the rain. Maybe at practice we should just spray everyone down with a hose so they learn. I don't know. This has just been a bad game. And on top of it, the Patriots, they just keep going. They don't care. Empty look here as we send Cashman on the blitz, and, you know, we're getting hits in on Mac, but we're just not getting a whole lot of sacks from it. Nor are we really forcing any bad throws either. I mean, Mac Jones has been phenomenal in this game. 1st and 10, they're going to motion over one of their receivers, fake the jet sweep, and we're not there in the backfield. Looks like we might have gotten back there, but we'll get the stop after a gain of 1. That's not awful. Shaka Toney credited with the stop there, as we're going to bring in interesting blitz here. Drop back some of the defensive linemen, bring some of the linebackers, bring some corners. Doesn't really matter what we do as they almost get the edge. They're nice tackle there by Johnson. And on 3rd and 7, another empty look. But we're going to bring the blitz, try to get in their face quickly, because that's worked so well today, as Shaka Toney does actually get back there. He'll tack on his 2nd of the day. He's gotten, I would say, about 8 hits in on Mac Jones today, but Jones has been really good. Patriots have played very well today. And after some interference on the punt return, we're actually starting past midfield. So already our best drive so far today, as we could have taken a shot, just didn't want to risk it. We're scamper out of bounds and a late hit there from Judon, but no penalty thrown. Also, don't know if I've mentioned it yet. Baca, I've taken him out, and Dillard is now on the outside, because Baca hasn't done anything in 2 games. So we'll see if we can get anything from Dylan as he gets a catch here up to the 25 as we hit the hurry up. We'll also flip the formation as well, go with the heavy side to the right-hand side. That might help Ryan maybe find someone, as we are going to have Campbell, that ball thrown high and almost intercepted. And on 2nd and 10, maybe we go with a run here. We don't have to throw the ball every time. So let's see if we could get Borgie some space here. Get down the middle, 1st down gain as we hit the hurry up once again. Look for maybe Campbell to that back pylon. See what the outside corner does. They bite in. We loft it out. Matt Ryan puts it on the money, and Campbell is in. At least in a game where we play poorly, We get a young rookie a touchdown, help with the experience gain, and maybe some boost later down the line. Not a good game. We've talked about it a lot as this game's gone on. Well, at least Campbell was able to get his touchdown, but we really just did not see the same team we saw last week. We gave up 276 passing yards, 126 rushing yards, 4 takeaways, and we allowed Harris to have, 5 touchdowns on the day? Just overall, extremely poor performance. And in next episode, we will be moving on to face the Giants, who are 4-3, a division rival with another strong running back. Harris destroyed us today. Saquon Barkley could easily do that as well. Like I said, in between episodes, I'm going to take a deep dive into all available players we could bring in for the defensive line, see if we could find something that works, maybe even linebackers as well. We'll see all that at the beginning of next episode. Now, I do want to say to keep an eye out for some new logos you might not be familiar with for this channel. I'm going to do a rebrand. There might be one more episode after this one, the Texas Only Challenge, that will still have some of the old logos, the end screen, all that kind of stuff. But all the ones past that will be the new logo. So just so you know, it is still me, just changing up, rebranding a little bit, making things look a little bit more modern, sporty. I don't know how you want to exactly say it, but new logos coming. So at least there's some positivity, I guess, from this video. But until next time, will we face the New York Giants and hopefully find some guys to help build for the future with this team. Fingers crossed, we'll see. But until then, we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.